So the Kansas City Chiefs are looking very unstoppable in many ways possible. And in this video, we're going to be getting into that. So the Kansas City Chiefs look like they could attack you in any way, right? That's really what it's looking like. The Kansas City Chiefs could attack you in any way, and they have a defense to stop you. So the Kansas City Chiefs had the #1 ranked offense last season and the season before that. So the Chiefs are always going to have a high-powered offense with Patrick Mahomes on the center, Andy Reid, who's the greatest play caller in NFL history. But now we're seeing a new type of Chiefs team. Like, when we had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, we didn't really have a rushing attack. I mean, we had Kareem Hunt for the year, really, the second year. That wasn't really, they didn't really do too much the second year because of that incident. But when we ended up getting Clyde Edwards-Helaire, that wasn't really a rushing attack, right? And that's really one running back. Now we have Isaiah Pacheco, who's proven that he's a very good running back. And as a rookie, he came in and made a bunch of big plays. And then you have Jerick McKinnon behind him, who can also rush and receive. And they're two different running backs, so that's very good. Then you have Deneric Prince, who's also a running back that's basically as athletically gifted as Isaiah Pacheco. So you got three running backs. We still have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So you have these running backs that could all do different things. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still a good pass-catching running back, but I still want to let him go because we have Jerick McKinnon, so we really don't need Clyde Edwards-Helaire at this point. So basically, to cut it short, what I'm trying to say is the Kansas City Chiefs have a rushing attack. They have the greatest quarterback talent we've ever seen. They got Travis Kelce, who's going to be the greatest tight end of all time when it's all said and done. So it's really looking scary for the Kansas City Chiefs. And what I wanted to tell y'all is keep commenting on my videos. I actually appreciate that. And y'all comments actually help with my videos because I've seen someone comment. They said that when it comes to the wide receiver core, the Kansas City Chiefs could attack you in any way. They could attack you in the short game, the medium game, deep game, vertical. Like, they could attack you in any way. And when I say we have a rushing attack, that doesn't have to only mean running backs, because last season they used Mecole Hardman and Kadarius Toney as runners, right? I mean, they use them as receivers too, but they've used them as runners as well. And Kadarius Toney does that very well because he's a menace in open space. That's what makes him so good at rushing. He's a menace in open space. It's very hard to tackle him. And I would love to see him get involved more in the rushing attack. I think he should be involved more because he could break tackles. He's a menace in open space, like I said. And John Ross, if he makes the roster, you could use him in the same type of role. Another thing is the Kansas City Chiefs have a very good special teams. The kick returners and punt returners. Nico Remigio is going to make the roster just because of that. He was a god in college at the returns. And then you got Harrison Butker, who's a very good kicker. And I know he had an up and down season last year, but he's going to be our kicker. Like, we know Harrison Butker is a very good kicker. There's no doubt about that. And he's came up big in the playoffs, and he's very clutch. Tommy Townsend, probably the best punter in the NFL. Pro Bowl punter. So the Kansas City Chiefs are just good on every way possible. Then their defense is another thing that's very good. Trent McDuffie, who I think is going to be a top 5, top 10 corner for sure. L'Jarius Sneed, Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams, Nick Jones, and then Jamari Connor, Justin Reed, Mike Edwards, Brian Cook. Like, the secondary is looking very good with a lot of dudes that can make a big name for themselves this season. Then you look at the linebacker room, which I'm very excited about. I honestly can't wait to see Drue Tranquill, who I'm going to make a video on because he's really a weapon. He's a weapon. So you got Drue Tranquill, who's a weapon. Nick Bolton, who is coming off a 180 tackle season. Willie Gay, who if he didn't get suspended will have 100+ tackles as well. And Leo Chenal, who was a rookie last season that made a bunch of big plays in the Super Bowl. So the Kansas City Chiefs defense is looking very improved and very scary. Then you take a look at the defensive line, some key players, Charles Omeni, who have 5.5 sacks, who I think could be very good. George Karlaftis, 6 sacks. He could be another player that's going to be very good. And I think he's going to have a breakout season. And Chris Jones, who had 15.5 sacks, who's obviously going to keep being good. And then you got Keondre Colbert. And yeah. So the defense is looking very good all around. I mean, it's still going to be some games where we like, what are they doing? I feel like But for the most part, they should hold it down. And Steve Spagnuolo is a good defensive coordinator. And I know how his defenses usually work. They don't really be too good until the season, till the mid-season. That's when they start to click. But I think this year the defense is just too good for that. I think they're going to be good off rip. And yeah. Then we go to the offensive line. Joe Thuney, very good guard, no doubt about that. Everyone should know that. Creed Humphreys, looking like a Hall of Fame talent. Trey Smith, he's going to be a Pro Bowl talent for some years to come. Jawan Taylor, who I think could develop to a very good right tackle. And then Donovan Smith, who best season was when he was healthy, allowed 1 sack. So I'm confident in the offensive line. I think this is going to be the O-line that can protect Patrick Mahomes. I do think this O-line could literally protect Patrick Mahomes, and that's what we need because that's our franchise quarterback. We don't want him getting hurt again like he did in that Jags game. So, yeah, man, my question is, if the Kansas City Chiefs, right, if they won the Super Bowl with a bunch of inexperienced rookies and a worse team, you can't say they had a Mickey Mouse playoff schedule. They went against the Jaguars, who's a very... First of all, they got the first seed. I know the DeMar Hamlin situation, though, but, I mean, that's not our fault, you know? So, first of all, they got the first seed. Then they played a young, hungry Jaguars team, beat them. Then they had to go out there and go against the Cincinnati Bengals, who we had trouble with. We were 0-3 against them. We got trouble with them. Well, 0-3 in the Mahomes era. We've had trouble with them, couldn't beat them. So we had to go out there and beat them. And mind you, our whole wide receiver core went down, and Mahomes still won that game. That's what a lot of Bengals fans leave out. Tyler Boyd went down, but our whole wide receiver core went down. I just forgot about that. And we still won that game. Then we go against the Eagles team, who's having a historic season on defense, and we still win that. And that just goes to show you how good of coaching the Kansas City Chiefs have to win all those rookies and them new faces. I don't know if we're going to bring back Carlos Dunlap. Frank Clark signed with the Broncos, but I would love us to bring back another veteran edge rusher. So if I had to choose, I would say Justin Houston because the history is already there. I don't really have to explain that. But the fact that Mahomes went out there and won with them and experienced rookies, the wide receiver core wasn't really he wasn't really familiar with that wide receiver core like that. That goes to show you that next season is going to be way better because how can't you be better? I mean, you have a better team, better defense, better O-line. How can't you win again? I feel like the sky's the limit. Now, nothing's guaranteed in the NFL. No Super Bowls is guaranteed. But considering all these factors, I can't see how the Kansas City Chiefs don't go right back to the Super Bowl and win it. I just feel like it's a back-to-back year. And I think it's going to happen. And all Kansas City Chiefs fans should just sit back, watch the rod, watch the show, and get ready, man, because we about to witness some history for these years to come. It's me, your boy, Chiefs Priority, and I'm out, man. Peace.